Everybody, welcome back to the NK Maribor save, and I know it's been a little while, but it has. The season's finished. The season is done. We very easily won the league. 36 games played, 34 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. And our 1 loss came against one of the poorest teams in the league, Alumji. Sod's law in it. It always happens that way, but a very good season. 103 points, a goal difference of plus 86. I think it's safe to say we're going to be winning the league every single season of this save. So the focus is now 100% on Europe. We obviously didn't qualify out of a group that had PSG and Real Madrid in the Champions League. Some good results along the way. We beat Basel 6-1 on aggregate, and we did lose very narrowly to PSG 3-2, and then again 4-2, and Real Madrid 2-1 and 1-0. So progress is being made, which is great. And then the Europa League, the very disappointing knockout to Arsenal, getting the 1-0 win away from, the 1-0 win away from home. Was it away from home? I think it was away from home. And then we lost 3-0 at home to Arsenal. It was a 2-1, sorry. 2-1? Yeah, 2-1 we won away from home. And then losing 3-0 at home to Arsenal brought the season crashing down around us. But all in all, there's progress. We're getting there. We're getting to the good points. We're dominating the league. We're keeping clean sheets. The players' morale is through the roof because we keep winning all the time. And players are now happy to stay. The likes of, where is he? Metsuin has signed a new contract until 2029. PSG dropped their interest. We're keeping this guy around. Really good potential. I think he's going to be very good. We are trying to get him to be a right back that cannot cross the ball. Not too sure how much that's actually going to affect his game or not, but he's a bit too short to be a centre-back in my eyes, so we're going to try and get him to be a bit more of a right-back, but I'm sure he'll play both positions anyway. He's, interestingly, dropped his Malaysian nationality and taken up Spanish and been capped at them at under-20 level, so a very good player seems to be on the cards there. Very happy with that. We do have a little bit of transfer news before we dive into the stats and stuff. We've agreed to sign Sebastian Desblanche, goalkeeper, 22 years old from AC Milan on a free transfer. Very excited by this. Backup goalkeeper. He'll come in and play backup to Dolberg, which means we might be able to let Joel Pereira go. This guy's coming on a cheaper wage. He's younger, so quite like the look of that. Alan Grashnofner is leaving to join Selj. That's fine. He was never going to play for us, really. Anyway, Metsuin, yep, once Inter and PSG dropped their interest, then he was happy to sign a new contract, so we've got that nailed down. Nicholas Pachanek is going to join as well. This guy looks quality. 18 years old, very cheap wage, joining us at the beginning of the transfer window. Heading 15, marking 13, tackling 16, positioning 12. Concentration 10 to 14. Hopefully that's going to be at the top end of that bracket and be 14. That would be lovely. Good determination, really good. The 2 A's and a B at the top. Balance is good, jumping reach is good, strength is good, 6'3", all of that, and he's 18 years old. So I'm very excited by this guy. I think Pachanek is going to be a very good centre-back that we can bring in. Yeah, we managed to steal him from Victor Pilsner, which is very exciting. And Robert Acralic. Now, this is probably the one I'm most excited about. We are paying quite a lot of money for him, £1.3 million. Okay, we've got, 25 million in the bank, but £1.3 million is a lot of money for a 17-year-old. But when he looks like that, you've got to take the risk, haven't you? You've got to take the punt. Central midfielder or right winger as an inverted forward is a little bit strange mix, but quite utilized player. He is a mercenary, which is really bad. So as soon as he signs, we're going to put him into a tutoring group to try and change that to at least balanced. Balance would be fine. But left-footed, look at these stats for us. Look at these attributes for a 17-year-old. It's ridiculous. He was rated 90 by our scouts. It would be a superb signing. Dribbling 13, crossing 13, first touch 11, free kick taking 13, long shots 12, passing 14, technique 13, tackling 8, but he's not going to be a tackling sort of midfielder for us. Good work rate, good teamwork, good flair. Determination's a bit low, hoping we can boost that with a tutoring group as well. Composure, anticipation, aggression, balance, natural fitness, pace, stamina, strength. He looks class. He looks absolutely class. I'm going to probably utilise him more on this right-hand side in his inverted winger, which means a slight change in tactic, but we'll see how that goes. 5'9", again, that sort of puts me off putting him in central midfield, but if he becomes a cracking Masala, then so be it. Probably a guy that will end up selling on for quite a lot more money than the 1.3 million that we've bought in. However, we have bought someone in the transfer window because it's a free transfer. The transfer window isn't open yet, but we've bought in a free transfer, and that boy is Alexandra Zinchenko. Yes, only 28 years old, on a free transfer from Man City. They released him after a loan spell at Inter Milan, where he did reasonably well. I'm expecting him to absolutely rip up the Slovenian league. His attributes are very average, apart from the standout green ones that you can see. I mean, lots of 12s and 13s and a couple of 14s splattered in there, but the versatility is insane. I don't know why it says he wants to be a wide playmaker on the right, like preferred. Obviously, he will be central midfielder or left back for us. We've been in need of a left back for quite some time because Bracalo's sort of on and off again, whether he's going to move to Porto. Sturm's getting on a bit. So I'm very happy that we've managed to bring Zinchenko in. As you can see, the squad's getting bloated again. But yeah, I'm very excited. And obviously now, this is a big question. European Super League has been announced yesterday that the clubs are playing. What's your thoughts on it? Let me know down below. Tune into the Football Talk podcast. I'll try and put a link to it somewhere in the description or in the video somewhere to come, because me and Josh will be talking about it, I'm sure, in depth. But yeah, I'm dead against it, to be honest. I'm a Man United fan and I'm dead against that European Super League. Don't want it to happen, but let me know your thoughts down below. That would be absolutely wonderful. But back to the game. So the end of the season then, Dolberg with 53 appearances, got our most appearances in the whole league. In terms of goals, Luka Zahovic still banging in goals in the league. Incredible that he is so bang average in the game with his attributes, but I don't know what it is about what attributes are pulling him out to be such a good goal scorer. Like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I assume composure must be up there. He's got decent off the ball. It's not amazing, but yeah, he's just continually scoring goals. If you think Daniel played 22 games in the league, right? 22 games in the league and scored 13 goals. And he is a much better striker looking at attributes. He's younger, he's quicker, he's better finishing, he's slightly less composed, but he's better off the ball, better teamwork, better technique. But Luka Zahovic just scores goals. It's just what he does, and it's why I love this guy. Why I absolutely love him. Absolutely superb. Second place was actually Masalowski with 18 goals in 35 from the right wing. Superb. Again, another player that just outperforms his sort of stats and attributes that he has. The fact that we got him on a free transfer from Liverpool was an absolute steal. We've had 3 seasons out of him. 2 on loan, and then the free transfer from Liverpool. 7.4, 7.25, 7.35. Absolutely ludicrous how good he is. But there is still quite a lot of interest in a number of our players. So Diego Lietti's been a rock at the back. He's still wanted by someone. Haksabanovic has had a good first season at the club as well after struggling in the early days. It's worked. Yeah, it's worked pretty well. Oli Martin Kolkoskogon. I think we are going to make a bid for him. We're going to try and get him cheaper than the... there you go. So this is what I think I set up before. So we've got an agreement for 5 million. So we're going to go for 3.5 and see if they... okay, they're not going to do that. So we are just going to bite the bullet and just say, well, we're going to make you the offer that you have to accept, which is 5 million, because I feel like he's been a very welcomed addition to the squad this year, and I feel like we can build on what he's done already. A 7.4 in 6 months of the season. Very, very nice indeed. Lazio will make a little profit as well, so they'll probably be happy. Marante... not sure on this guy. Didn't really find a place for him. I thought he would get a few more games this season. Only 5 games in the league since joining for 150k from Real Madrid's B team. Might look to potentially cash in, see if we can get a bit closer to that 750k. But overall, yeah, pretty good. Savarel, I'm not sure if you saw him. He was brought into our youth team. He's been promoted to the first team just to play on the bench to back up to Pontus Dahlberg. But we've got contracts expiring. We have actually given Joel Pereira a new contract just because he's quite good in terms of a mentoring, for the mentoring side of it, because he just is nice to put in there and keep it solid. But I don't know. I think we're going to have a good array of goalkeepers. We've got good centre-backs. We've bought in Andrea Conte, who I think was ridiculously cheap for his attributes, 7k. I'm not saying he's going to be a starter, but he'll be pretty decent. We've bought in Zinchenko. Our midfield's looking strong. I just feel like this is potentially the season where we adapt the squad now, and we're ruthless with it. If bids come in and we feel like it's too good a bid to turn down, we accept it and we look to replace by bringing in big names or big reputation or really high rated players. Now, we still have the issue with the wage structure. So if you don't know how to look at that, if you look at wage summary, it shows you here what you can offer as a maximum wage. So the issue we have at the moment is a star player and an important player earn the same amount of money. Maximum money you can pay, advised maximum wage. And we've also got to the point where shifting the budget from in here, making budget adjustments. If I was to put this all into wage budget like that, as you say, you still give us 14 million and a 416 grand a week wage budget, it only goes up to £7,000, which is not enough. It's just not enough to allow us to do what we want. Where was it before? I think I don't know. We'll just stick with that. 4,300. I think it was actually more than that. So, I mean, £3,000 difference is a lot. So you can play around with it here and see what you get. But yeah, I'm just not. I guess if we shove it all in here, that's going to give us so much. That's like 300 grand to play with. You can adjust it, can't you, to make transfers happen if you don't have enough money. So maybe if we do that, put it all in budget, give us £7,000 maximum wage, and then see how we go from there and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, look how much our wage has gone up over time. But obviously it has gone up with massive spikes of income from the Champions League, Europa League, and everything like that. So total income this season, £59.9 million. Last season, 44.5. So we are making more money every season, it seems, which is very, very good. And it's been great fun. I'm looking forward to diving into this new season and doing the transfer window, giving you guys the update, see what happens. But overall, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't think we've had any outs. I don't think we've had anyone really main to talk about. Have we released anyone big at the moment? Boateng, this is still from earlier on this season at the moment. So, yeah, I think that's it for this little roundup of the season and how it's gone. Oh, assists. We didn't really look at assists. Luizao with 17, Haksabanovic with 12, Matos with 11, Utara with 11 as well. Utara signed the new contract as well to 2027, which is good. So we are keeping these players here. Matko, I think Matko's going to have to go. I don't think he's got really much in him. His contract's up. We're not going to give him a new one. If we just quickly have a look at contracts then, these are the people that we've not renewed their contracts. Sturm, Matko, Ben Kerr. We're trying to sign Cole Skolgan, our big Norwegian. And then that's it. Mateus Fernandes has got 1 year left. Luizao, 1 year left. Conor Gallagher, he asked to be put on the transfer list. We put him on the transfer list. There was no interest. So he said, can I come off the transfer list? But he's not really made the impression I would have expected for a £6 million signing, dropping down a large number of ranked leagues. He's struggled with game time because Fernandes and Luizao have just been superb. And then we've obviously got probably another midfielder come in. Timmy Elsnick's really suffered this year for game time, and he kicked up a fuss. So he ended the season with a few more games, which got him happy. And when he has played, he's played better than Conor Gallagher. So, yeah, it's an interesting. We've got Sasa Collar coming through as well, who want to give more game time to, 17-year-old through the youth academy. So I just don't know. Time might be up for Conor Gallagher. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go through this in detail now, and hopefully we'll be back in a couple of days, or maybe tomorrow, probably a couple of days, with the new look squad to go through what everyone's looking like and how it's looking and who we've kept and who's gone. It wouldn't surprise me if a club becomes interested in the likes of Luizao. And the other problem we have is that we paid not a lot of money, 3.9 million. It's still a bit of a bargain. But because the Slovenian league is so low ranked, their values aren't very good. So, I mean, our highest value player is Daniel at 6.75, who we just bought for 13 million. Clearly, he is more than a £6.75 million player. So, yeah, we need the reputation to boost. We need to get that the Prva Liga Telekom Slovenia up these rankings. So we are 23rd at the moment. So where do we sit? We sit here, which is 23rd. We were 26th last season. I'm assuming we're going to jump again just because of how we've done in the European competition. So if we go Nation Club Coefficients, I think is how you find it here. So we're currently sitting 18th We've had the coefficient for next season will be 30.6. So we're going to jump above Denmark, I think that is. Yeah, we're going to jump above Denmark. No, we're going to jump above Croatia. But so will Denmark. So we're going to move from 18th to 17th, it looks like. And that, I don't think, gives us it doesn't give us any difference in terms of who qualifies for what, which is a little bit annoying. I just want to see if anyone else has really dropped off. So 30.6. No one from the really top divisions has dropped, and there will be no one below us that I assume has overtaken us. But we are closing the gap. So a couple more seasons in the Champions League, just getting into the group stage and ticking it over and playing those big teams and picking up points in the Champions League group stage will improve our coefficient, and we can go through it. Now, obviously, we weren't the only team in Europe this year from Slovenia. So if we just go back to stages. No, not stages. I want the league table. And then go back to last season. Obviously, Bravo qualified as well, but they didn't have a very good time of it. They, I think they got knocked out in the first round. Yeah, they did. To Cluj, they lost both games to Cluj, so that was a bit disappointing. That one, they've not done very well. Radomilj were qualifying as well. At least they got through to the second knockout stage of the third of the Conference League, but lost to CSK Moscow after a good 1-0 and 1-1. That's not too bad. Russia's a much bigger league than us. Both men getting sent off. That was an interesting game. And, well, CSK Moscow are obviously aggressive. Sending off in that one. But, yeah, Fedor Shalov, if you followed the Crystal Palace Master League, this is him. Yeah, he's a good little striker. So what we actually need is these clubs to start improving and coming along with us into deeper areas or deeper further into the European competitions. But as you can see, as soon as they come up against someone half decent, they pretty much capitulate, and it's not helping our coefficient when these guys really struggle. So this year, joining us in Europe, it's good to have Olimpia Ljubljana back in there. They are one of the bigger teams. They will help the coefficient come in, and they go into the Conference League, which you would sort of think they would be okay with. Radomilj get into that again as well, and Selja back in there, which is good to see as well. Their recruitment's just pretty crap. So when we can help them out by giving them Brazilians that we bring in no longer play for cheap, then I'm hoping that will help them be pushed to sort of the next level. So don't be surprised if a lot of these players we sell, or if we sell them, potentially go to other Slovenian teams. That is part of the plan, so that we can bring those Slovenian teams along with us, but they're just not progressing as quickly as I would have liked, and to help out our coefficient, which is a little bit annoying. Right, if I've missed anything in this end of season stream, let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the European Super League as well. But we're going to end this one here, and we'll be back to see the start of the next season and see who we get in the European competitions. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.